brain. Everyone's brain has 7 functional tracts. This is the front of the brain. This is where we think from. This is called the prefrontal cortex. And the tracts move across the brain this way. So what is this? You have to listen, stop that and listen, huh? Yeah. What is this tract? Empathic, intuitive. That is how I think about myself. So some kids are very empathic, intuitive. Their thought processes, decision processes are all inside them. They'll be happiest by themselves.
And
being alone. So that is, I was also like that. If I have books around me, why do you need human beings if I have my chemistry book, physics book, medical books? That's a personality trait. Next one is empathic relational. They are very happy to be with people. So obviously you have to have a common ground, isn't it? You can't be alone by yourself. Nor can you be all the time having a whole lot of fellows to run around with. To me, you seem to be the person who is empathic, intuitive, don't want to talk much inside the house and be inside your room. You are not like that.
I always try to go
With friends, huh? Sure. How many good friends have you?
good friends, zero bad friends.
Now you must pitch into about 2 to 3 good friends.
But if there's not any good friends,
Then the problem is not with them. It's your attitude to how you make a friend. Did you understand that? This is not an indictment, but we can all change, isn't it?
but I haven't seen anyone like which is like I can
All through your school?
all from Nalanda and CMs.
Yeah. So can't be good friends with your dad. Yeah.
Can but like
He's a male.
yeah, but he's like not in the same generation.
True. We can be friends across generations. Now I have a grandson.
He's my friend.
Okay, very good.
He's like the most one that I trust.
Very good, very good. Well done, Ananda. Well done. So, what are the things you do commonly with him?
With him,
Yeah. Did he sit with you for any particular subject?
not really like we generally talk sometimes.
Yeah. What are your common topics of discussion?
He's just trying to advise me. And
But,
I argue, but no, not specific times, just some like random occasions.
But you say, Dad, you trust very much.
Opposite me.
Very good, very good. That's a very good quality. And it's a protection also, isn't it? Yeah. So, empathic relational, empathic, intuitive. We must have a good empathic, intuitive sense. We must think well of ourselves, correct? We must think, I must think well of myself. Then I can think well of others also.
Yeah.
සිංහලෙන් කතා කරනවද සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කරනවා?
What is the number?
But your school atmosphere speaks in English. Yeah. No, I normally speak with my people who come to see me, I normally speak in English. That's okay. Yeah. එතකොට මේ දෙක අතර බැලන්ස් එකක් තියෙනවා. Third එක මොකද්ද? Third one is linguistic, the languages. So more you pick up your language, and under the age of 5 you can pick up 2 languages. So you encourage every child to pick up 2 languages. But if a child is given the screen early, his language ability scrambles and he does not form phonemes, grammar and language structures well. When did you first start using the screen?
Like very frequently?
No, that your parents gave you the screen, put you in front of the screen.
Probably when I was,
Hmm?
probably when I was like a very,
How little?
I can ask.
So from as long as you can remember, you mean?
Like I used to watch the TV,
TV.
then the laptop, then the phone.
Problem with the LED screen of a big TV or laptop or the smartphone, the PPI, pixels per inch, is most concentrated with the smartphones.
Yeah.
So our retina, the distribution of rods and cones, is 220 per inch.
Our eye,
Our eye,
200
20 per inch.
per inch.
Here. Then the scatter of sunlight is also the same, the photon scatter.
Yeah.
So our eyes best read from and remember when we study in the sunlight. So daytime hours, studying where you can read from sunlight, you remember best that. That's just science. But then by about 5:36 you have to use a light. Now when you look at those two lights, what's the difference you see?
One is white.
That's right. So the white one is LED. When the LED is playing on your retina, then the melatonin activity of the brain is depressed. Melatonin is the hormone, the neurosecretory thing that helps our data in the brain to be collated, connected, recalled, then through the night it's put into our permanent memory. Normally whatever we study or do goes into RAM, random access memory, just like a computer, and then in the night it gets into more detailed connections and storage, and you wake up in the morning remembering very well what you have studied if you are not sleep disturbed, if you didn't disturb your melatonin. How does the melatonin get disturbed? Screen activity from 6 p.m. Melatonin gets disturbed with screen activity anytime, but after 6 p.m. melatonin has very specific activity to do in the brain. Renew the brain connections, renew the retinal cells. Your retinal cells are very connected with our memory, obviously. Did you understand?
Yeah.
So if a little fellow is given the screen early, his language development gets delayed or does not get deep or concentrated as it should be. Under the age of 5, any child can pick up 2 languages just by listening to parents and siblings and so on. That's the language ability. So more language practice you have, and while writing, then you wire your brain for brilliance for any other activity as well. So human beings must maintain their writing ability lifelong and write much as possible. Because only man writes, isn't it? Only man writes languages.
And
Only human beings will write languages.
yeah, the humans who are humans are also
I mean, yeah. So when I mean man, I mean man and woman. Yeah, Homo sapiens. That will write, and all writing promotes brain connections better. If you write in 2 languages, it makes even better. For brain is primed for other decisions also. What's the next one? So I want to make this point because sunlight has that same photon scatter and our retina matches it. I want to suggest to you the same chap who made sunlight made our retina. What do you think about that? Yeah. So till I got through my A-level, I was an atheist. But after that I began to research and I found that there are many pointers that there's a good design at work, and that design helps us to do our best. What's the next line? Logical. So that's the logical management mathematical track. So even when a toddler is toddling around, Danagana Kim, he says, Ekai, Dekai, Tunai, Hatarai, Pahai, Hayai, Hatai. I got to my mother and she'll give me a cookie. Giving cookies is not a good idea for little fellows. Sugar early in life will set your insulin growth hormone axis wrong. So giving sugar and this biscuits is not a good idea. But I just give an example. Not that he's saying 1, 2, 3, 4, but he's learning to manage his tract, and that's how more they walk around, the better for the brain. What's the next one? Yeah, that's how much inwardly you're moving. So some people when they talk with their head and hair and do a lot of gestures. Many of them end up in the parliament. They're very kinesthetic, isn't it? Besides them, dancers, those who are into drama, the actors, they are very, very mobile, isn't it? So they are not only mobile outside, in their inside also they are very quick in their movement. So that is called kinesthesia. Problem with the screen is the pixel patterns increase our kinesthesia in the brain. So your memory goes down. You can't recall easily what you studied because the pixels have interfered. That's my research subject, so you can take this home and read it. What's the next one? Acoustic, visual. So this is the visual cortex. So that's why you must not fall backwards, because if you damage here, you go blind. When you're falling backwards, you have no way of, if you're falling forward or sideways, you'll put your hand, isn't it? So that's this one. So when the screen is on and you're listening to music and go on with that kind of thing, then you are wiring up kinesthesia, acoustic, visual too much, because these are the show tracks in your brain. These are the do tracks in your brain. So what happens to people whose brain gets wired for kinesthesia, acoustic, visual too much? That's right. They get into activities endlessly. They become quick decisions, rash decisions, do and see. Because they are, now we go here. This is in English, isn't it? When we are thinking and doing, we are thinking and doing from our prefrontal cortex. What do I say here? Top-down regulation, correct? What are the features? Executive, empathic, good for me, good for my future, good for others, that's what empathic means. Reflective, creative, initiation, navigation, successful and conclusion, good reward. Who says good reward? You yourself feel, I spend this 45 minutes, 1 hour well. I have been productive. Did you understand that? So 45 minutes goes with dopamine, you work for salience, focus, and dopamine must come down. Then serotonin works for satiety, reward motive, check back and see, vimarshane vachane halatinad, vichakshane halatinad. Vimarshane කියන්නේ samalocane, vimarshane, vichakshane meaning carefully analyzing what has gone on. Without thinking, we'll do that when we are on this network of thought. Dopamine works, does the work, and it must come down. Then serotonin works to get us to how do I improve? How do I make it better? That's what serotonin says. So it becomes not only a curricular pattern, it becomes a character pattern. How do I improve my study? Then in behavior also, serotonin says you can improve on the way you related or reacted or whatever. If we are on the screen, this dopamine doesn't come down, especially with fast digital activity or long digital activity. It depends on how much of pixel concentration has gone into your head. So it has to do with your normal smart home TV can be 4K or 8K, isn't it? Similarly, your one is 4. There are 8K also. Similarly, the present smartphones have a very high PPI, pixels per inch. So then dopamine doesn't come down. It's saying do the same thing again and again. Did you understand? And serotonin doesn't play its part, which checks for us inwardly. How did I do it? How do I improve it? So you think what you did is good enough. Got it? Yeah. So that's how this works. Then you automatically, without working from your prefrontal cortex, there's another center in which that gets reactivated. That is this track. What is this track? What have I called it? Have I called it bottom-up regulation through the amygdala and through the hypothalamus? What is it doing? Bottom-up regulation. Dispathy. I don't care, who cares? So kids use that language. Who cares? I don't care. Stupid, absurd, Not that they mean it like that, but the language becomes hostile because they are in a war. The digital war has come into their thinking, language, behavior. Next one. Impulsive. We are taught paninta pera sita balana. This chaps will do sitannata pera panel balana. Actually, when a bus is coming, they will want to see, can I get ahead, cross it before the bus passes. And in sports like rugby, injuries are more when they have got digitized. They don't assess, is this tackle possible? You tackle a chap at a certain level, isn't it? So they injure themselves more.
It's like a very fast game.
Yeah. Usually in cricket, you don't get that thing. Cricket is a more measured game. What do you play, cricket or rugby?
Basketball.
Very good. Our college also had basketball. Dispati, what's the next one? Impulsive. Repetitive, yeah. Reflexive. Other one is reflective. You think and do. What is reflexive? Knee-jerk reaction kind of thing. You suddenly erupt, suddenly want to do this. You understand? And what else am I saying?
Reactive.
Yes.
Stress, thrill.
Yeah. Now I have to stop this because I have another consultation coming. Next time I'll meet with Dad, I told him. So we have started the dialogue. You can... Anyway, Dad also needs to, Mom also needs to read. You'll understand the professional part of it. Therefore, I'll give you all this. Then I'll send a clip for Dad to study also. Yeah. We have a little Christian blessing service. Do you like to stay for it and hear a little?
Today?
Yeah.
Where?
Here. We have a big auditorium on the other side.
What's it about?
Good question. I'll draw it for you. Who is this? This is Anud running his race. Then the Good Shepherd, Lord Jesus Christ. He follows us. Why is he following us? Because he's the Good Shepherd and shepherds look after the sheep. But we think we can manage on our own. So we do our own thing, but he keeps watch over us. So, when we were in our mother's womb, father gives a cell called the sperm, mother gives a cell called the ovum, and these two cells come together and the child is formed. When the little fellow is being formed, God the Father sends His Spirit, the God's scope for this child. What God wants to do with this child. I call it Dibya Patkada. God has written a scope for him, a scroll for him. And this is God's gift for this parental decision to be lifelong faithful. Marriage is for life, isn't it? Lifelong faithful. And out of their sacrifice, they give birth to a son or a daughter. Actually, mother risks her life. Any pregnancy can go the other way. Now, we don't think too much about it because our medical services are so advanced. But any pregnancy, if a air embolus gets into the bloodstream, nowhere in the world can you do anything. It will take its course. Often it doesn't happen like that. I'm only highlighting what a risk a mother takes to produce the next generation. But that's the design. So the Spirit has all what God has promised for this child's future. So child is spirit that came from God, makes us conscious of reverence and wonder. We came from higher for a higher purpose. Wonder is a God thing will happen for me in difficult circumstances also. We don't give up. Understand the combination. Reverence is my life belongs higher and better. We don't want to run down. And wonder is, now you'll have to go and explain this to Dad, isn't it? Because Dad was missing. Wonder is, we have inside us, we have the hope of a best chance. We don't give up. We don't say useless. Best chance. Will you say it in the best chance? Kian, best chance. Sinhala has a nice word, apekshava. Isn't it? That tomorrow's sunrise will be better. It's a God quality God has put into us. Because God has to work with all kinds of fellows, all kinds of politicians, all kinds of doctors, all kinds of lawyers. Similarly, He works with the farmer, and farmer sows expecting a good harvest. Who encourages him if a flood comes and the harvest goes bad? There's an encouragement process that goes on in each one of us. That's the God factor. Did you understand reverence and the wonder? Wonder is the better hope. Adata වැඩිය හෙට හොඳය කියා අවර ගිරෙන් හිරු නොපෙනී ගියා. තේරුණාද කියුවේ? Yeah, that's an old film that came when I was quite young, I think. Anyway, this child is growing, and his soul is how he relates with other people, spirit is how he relates with God, and we have our body, of course. So the little fellow always has a bright spirit. He expects things to get better, he is very loving, he is happy. Correct?
Yeah.
Then passing 12 years, we tend to become like the older blokes. We get a little dull, we want to do tit for tat. When we are very young, we don't remember grudges, we forget and smile and get on with it again. Gives dad a hug, a mama hug,
Yeah.
අර අවුරුදු 12-13 හරහා යනකොට අර ගති එන්නෙන්නල ලදරු ගතිය නැති වෙනවනේ. Child like ගතිය නැති වෙලා අපි adult like වෙනවා. Before that, if we come to know our Good Shepherd personally, so much the better. So he follows us in our troubles and distresses. He picks us up. අර දෙයියෝ බැලුවා වගේ කියන්නේ. මිනිස්සු කියනවනේ හරි පුදුමයි 99න් බේරුණ දෙයියෝ බැලුවා වගේ it's an old time thing තාමත් කියනවා ඇතිනේ. That is the unseen hand help me. That is true. Unasked also he helps. But now he says, if you allow me to come into your life and lead you, I will go ahead of you and you can follow me. I will take you to the best I always had for you, which was your best expectation also. අපේක්ෂාව. ඒක ඉෂ්ට නොවන තරමට ඇති වෙනවා තැවුලක්. This was what I was for, capable, designed for, but things went, Then in this tawla you have hurt, you have anger, you get the point.
What do you mean tawla?
Tawla is stress and things did not go well. You feel scowl, howl, growl. Get the idea? Scowling, no. Howling, very, very asadharana. Growling, got the idea? Yeah. So those three words describe the human predicament. So all that Jesus Christ took on the cross. So what have I drawn this? The cross. All our life He came with us. In our downs He picked us up. Now He says, without doing trial and error, if I am in your life, I'll take you to the best I always had for you. Okay. So this is Anut. I have to do this with your dad also. Today is 4th. 3:25. 4. And